Okay, so Dynamite is tonight. Obviously, we got a lot confirmed. Might not be the full card, but we've got like 7 things confirmed, and everything confirmed. Looks to be pretty good. Obviously, we've got our 2 Continental Cup matches. We've got our title match, TBS title match, and we've also got some good stuff. Honestly, the card looks really good. Let's talk about it. So, we have 2 trios matches today, but we're going to talk about our first one. Tonight, we have Will Ospreay teaming with his United Empire alumni. We have him teaming with HENARE and Akira, and they will be facing the Don Callis Family. They'll be facing Brian Cage, Rocky Romero, and Lance Archer. Lance Archer actually gets to wrestle for once in his life, in a while. Jesus, I haven't seen Lance Archer wrestle in forever, but this match, I mean, I like HENARE and Akira specifically. Remember the last time they come to Dynamite? They looked absolutely incredible, specifically Akira. And then, like, they both look great, but I remember Akira standing out a lot. Both of them look great. This should be good. I wonder if Newman's there. I feel like that's the obvious, thing to go down the route of, is if Callum Newman is there. I think Callum might be there, to be honest. I think Callum might be there. I don't know if they build anything there. But I think they'll have some sort of mention with Callum. Maybe he appears at Glasgow next week. I don't know. But, I think they'll allude to Newman. I think Ospreay and the United Empire get the win here. I would like to see if there's a Death Riders, sort of angle there. Maybe, like, Claudio and Pat come out to challenge HENARE and Akira. That would fuck, actually. That would be incredible. But, I've got my problems with the Ospreay, like, this match happening and the other trios match. In terms of the match should be good. I mean, it'll be fine. It'll just... We're 2 weeks away from Kenny versus Ospreay 3, sorry, and the main event for All In, and there's 2 trios matches against the Don Callis family. Like, what? You know what I mean? But either way, I think this match will be fun. I think Newman will be there and obviously creating a lot of tension with Ospreay. But I wonder how this goes, and I think the obvious how they go about it will be very interesting. But yes, I'm looking forward to seeing Akira and HENARE. To be honest, that's the main thing for me here. I'm really looking forward to see those 2, because they are really good. After this, we'll talk about our second trios match of the evening. We have the Elite teaming up Nick Jackson and AEW Men's World Champion Kenny Omega. And they are facing also the Don Callis family. And let's get this straight. This team is straight up heat. We're getting Mark Davis, we're getting Jake Doyle, and we're getting... Jake Doyle, bro, not Jake Doyle, El Clon. We're getting El Clon, he's the boy. Oh, you don't understand, bro. I'm so happy. We're getting El Clon versus Nick Jackson. We're getting El Clon versus Kenny Omega. This is the levels. This is a big win for us cloners out there. I am a cloner. That's me. I am El Clon. But... oh my god, bro. Again, the same issue with Ospreay and the Don Callis family. Like, why are they having trios matches when we're building Kenny and Ospreay? But then I can't lie, we're getting El Clon, so I honestly couldn't give a shit. Bro, I'm such an easy man to please. You wave the El Clon keys in my face, I'm all for it. I love El Clon. That's my guy. Yes, I cannot wait for this. I think the Elite will get the win. Obviously, it probably will transition to the United Empire match with Newman and Newman make an appearance, maybe, and Ospreay stuff. But El Clon versus Kenny Omega, this actually could be the greatest thing of my life. I cannot wait to see this. Oh, wait. I just love El Clon, bro. That is the guy. I cannot wait to see how he... I'm just hypocritical comparing it to the last one, but I don't care. El Clon's involved. I'm a simple man. After this, we're going to talk about our AEW TBS title 4-way match. We're going to have our AEW TBS champion, Maya Wales. She will be facing Kris Statlander, Persephone, and Hikaru Shida. Obviously, the angle is Statlander finally getting revenge on Shida and Persephone. I think Persephone will turn on Shida here. I think they'll end up building on that sort of friction that's been built the last few weeks. But I'm looking forward to see how this plays out. Obviously, it does feel like this will be a moment where they do change hands on the titles just before All In. I mean, I don't know who do you do. I mean, the obvious call for me was Stat, but I feel like Stat's the face here. You want to kind of push Stat going for it. Persephone would be a good call. I think Persephone's deserved that, to be honest, and honestly, she deserves to be on that All-In card. I don't know what you do here. Again, you could even have Maya retain, and you kind of have Maya go into All-In with a gauntlet or whatever. I don't know, but I feel like they're going to drop the belt here. It could be either. For me, I thought she deserved a longer run with the belt, and so I wouldn't be against that, but It feels like that's kind of past Shida now. I feel like it is about, it's either going to be Persephone or Stat. Someone takes over. I wouldn't be against if Maya World kept the belt. I wouldn't be against that at all. But I think that would be pretty cool if she did, but I just don't see it. I think the match will be fun, a fatal four-way. I think it will be very much based around Stat going after Persephone and Shida. I think Maya Whale will try and take advantage of being the one who's just trying to defend the belt, and it'll kind of be like her trying to be in the midst of all this chaos. But I think the match will be fun. I wonder how it goes. This will intrigue me. I wonder if Stat and Maya team up or whatever, but I think this match will be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to how it plays out. And I do think we'll change hands. I'm going to predict we're going to give it to Persephone because it feels like damn time she got that belt. But either way, hopefully this leads to something cool for All In. Next, we have one of the 2 promo segments we have advertised. We have Willow Nightingale and Mercedes Moné having a sit-down interview with Renee. We don't know if this is in ring or backstage. Obviously, this will probably pick up from the attack that Moné did, and Willow calling out. I think the way they've built Willow and Moné, don't get me wrong, it's not hard to build, has probably been better than Kenny and Ospreay. Honestly, the hot take, but it probably has been. I think the way they've sold that has just been really good. I wonder how they go about it. They'll probably announce a match for Glasgow with Mercedes, or even just Collision, with her and Willow. Maybe they do a team where, they take... they've already done the Brawling Birds versus the Man Dominion stuff, so maybe you go down that route of finding Willow a partner. Maybe she teams with Stat, maybe? I don't fucking know. You've got a lot of things you could do here. But I look forward... I hope it's in ring, because I remember when Mercedes and Jamie Hayter, had a sit-down promo in ring last year. And don't get me wrong, before the Owen, I loved their feuds. Again, I've said on record multiple times they should continue that, and I think it was a great feud. I think Mercedes doing that with Willow, it'll just absolutely, do you see that? It will absolutely tear the house down. I think the crowd's fully behind Willow. No one wants Willow to lose. I'm really looking forward to what they do here. Maybe they set up Willow versus Athena as the Glasgow match, maybe. I actually think that could be really good. I think that could be really good. But either way, I wonder what they do. I think this could be really interesting. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully it is in ring. I really do hope it is in ring, because I think that'll just skyrocket the potential of this segment. Going to be really fun. So, speaking of our other promo segment, next we will have a Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay sit-down interview with Renee Paquette, obviously ahead of All In. This is something that has to hit the mark. Kenny and Ospreay had a great promo a while ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago now, where obviously, the liar, the whole thing like that. I said this earlier, I did allude to it. I think the Kenny and Ospreay build's kind of been squandered, to be honest. I don't think they really, took advantage of it and kind of just preyed on it being Kenny versus Ospreay building the hype, which it does do, but I wonder how they really go about it. I think with this, I think it'll be backstage, and I hope it isn't, but I really would like it to be in ring. Again, we're saying with the Willow one. But whatever they do here, I'm going to be hooked. They just need to light the fire. Frankly, Redemption has not helped this feud at all. It's really cut it late. I don't know what they're going to do here, because I feel like you had the whole thing set in place with the whole liar stuff, and then they've kind of just squandered that again. They've not given themselves enough time to truly cook it, which, frankly, they should have. But I think the sit-down will be good. I don't get me wrong, I really do. I think you'll get some good lines from Kenny. I wonder if it's intense. That's the thing. I wonder how they kind of lead this in to build that rivalry more, because I feel like we need that, just that little moment. That moment where it's like, okay, this is what we need. That little match. And, don't get me wrong, Kenny versus Ospreay, don't really need that, but it feels like you do here. This will be really interesting. I'm looking forward to how they actually do this one. But I hope it's actually in the ring. Same with the Willow one, like I said. I feel like that just... It's always better when you do interviews like that. It wouldn't surprise me if this ends off the show to kind of be like, let's end our grievances out and, look forward to Glasgow. But then again, you could possibly do other things too. I think you could do a lot here. I think we'll get announced. I think they'll do a lot of match announcements for Glasgow tonight. I really do. And I think they'll announce one here. Maybe you get Kenny versus Newman. I think that could be something that's really on the cards. I wouldn't be against that, actually. I think that could be something that could be like, I don't know, just to build it. Similar when Max challenged Fletcher. I know that was kind of a different scenario, obviously, when Max was going after Oku and Fletcher that one weekend before All In. So maybe you do that, but I don't know. I think you could do that. I wonder how they portray Kenny. I think there's definitely an argument to be made with Kenny, because I think Kenny needs a title defense before Ospreay. I think that it's just stupid if he doesn't. But either way, this segment should be interesting. There's a lot of riding on this segment, so let's get that straight. There is a lot riding on here, but it should be good nonetheless. Hopefully, again, it is in ring. So, after this, we have 2 Continental Cup matches, and we're going to do our first one, which will be a banger, as the other one will. With this one, I am looking forward to heavily. We have Nigel McGuinness running it back yet again, but he's versing Hechicero in this quarterfinal match of the Continental Cup. Obviously, Nigel was expected to go out with injury. He did not, because he's the fucking man. This match will be a technical marvel. I'm a big fan of Hechicero. I'm a big guy, and obviously, I love Nigel McGuinness. This works for me. Will it be as good as Shibata versus Nigel? Probably. I don't know. That's a match I adore. That's a dream match for me. This is just a classic. This is going to be so good. I predict Nigel McGuinness is going to win. I think there's definitely a destination with Nigel. I think you got to have him wrestle at least on Glasgow. I mean, Jesus, at least. And I think he'll win against Hechicero here. Which, again, it is a question with Hechicero's booking at that point, because as a big Hechicero fan, it is something that we kind of need to address with the CMLL World Champion. But I think Nigel McGuinness, no one's going to have a problem here. It's Nigel McGuinness, bro. He's the fucking man. But I really wonder how they go about it, because I thought the Shibata being with a specific roll-up, but the match itself was brilliant. This should be solid. Hechicero obviously is a lot more nimble than Shibata, but he's a lot less hard-hitting. He's just a lot more just mesmerising to watch. I love Shibata, but he's not as technical as Hechicero for me. But they're both still very high level. I think this match is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I do think that Nigel McGuinness gets the win. Hopefully he does, get that fucking, that moment of, just the crowd. I hope the crowd pops for him. This should be a great match. I possibly think this will be match of the night. I think the main event might overtake it, but this is one of my most anticipated matches of Dynamite. This is going to be incredible. If you're a fan of technical wrestling like me, this will be great. However, our final match we're going to talk about is our final match in the Continental Cup for this evening. We have Jay White, Switchblade, versus the AEW Continental Champion, Jon Moxley. Now, obviously, this was a lot of people's final. It was probably my final going into it. This is huge. This is a big match. Let's not get this any sort of underway. Like, this is a big match. It's a huge match. For me, I don't know if you have... This is the thing. It's so big of a match that I actually don't know who wins, because it could have been the final. For me, I think you do give it to Jon. I think that's very unfortunate on Switchblade. For me, I wouldn't be against Switchblade winning at all. I think Switchblade deserves a fucking belt more than anyone on that damn roster. And I feel like the Continental belt would fit Jay White, but I feel like at this point, once you had Jon win to Jack Perry, you commit to Jon. And I feel like if you look at the matches that are left on the table, the Claudio and the Eddie, at least one of those two, and even Kyle O'Reilly, I think they're the ones that you look at specifically, be like, okay, even Cassidy as well. There's a lot of, I think there's more going for Moxley than there is Jay White going for, which is a shame, because I feel like you could do a lot more with Jay White, but hopefully this doesn't diminish his all-in plans. I think Jay White needs to be on all-in, and I think he definitely needs to be more in title picture, but I think this match, as you expect, it should be phenomenal. I'm looking forward to this. I think this should be the main event of the night. I don't think that's something that should be disputed, but I look forward to how it presents. I do think Moxley gets the win, but if Jay White gets the win, you're not going to see a side of me at all. I'll be very happy with that. But overall, I think Jon Moxley and Nigel McGuinness both win their Continental Cup matches, and I think this match will be the main event. I think it has to be. You have Jon Moxley and Jay White on the same card against each other. I mean, you know what I mean. If they're going against each other on the card, even if it's a pay-per-view, it's debatably a main event match. This has to be the main event for me. It is going to be a barn burner. I do predict it'll be great. I wonder how it goes, and I hope it sets up something further for Jay. I really do, because obviously you got that whole connection with the Dogs, with the Death Riders. Gabe Kidd might be involved, obviously working with Utah. I know this is, you can't get involved in the match, but maybe after the match, I don't fucking know. Either way, I think this match will main event tonight, and I think it will be super good. So that's everything confirmed so far for Dynamite. Obviously, I'm recording this on the Tuesday evening. And do I think anything else gets announced? I think we're missing one more match. I don't know. I think we'll get a showcase match or something. For me, the big one, I said this last week, we need the Motor City. I think that's a huge thing. I think we'll get some sort of update with Hangman and the Trios. Maybe they saved that for Collision, but I feel like Hangman, the Trios belts kind of need addressing. But also, you got to kind of acknowledge what you're doing with Swerve. I feel like that's a big one. Same with Swerve, same with Kevin, Darby. I think there's a lot of stuff you got to acknowledge, but I think there's a big one with Swerve. I think you're obviously getting a few matches announced for Collision. I think you get some promos for the Continental Cup matches on Collision. But I think overall, this should be a great little match. This should be a great card for matches, sorry. And for me, I think the Motor City, I need the Motor City more recently, because it feels like you've announced them and they've done nothing. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but I'd get them on. At least a match on Collision, at least. But I think that's a big one for me. But either way, anything else is a bonus. This card looks fantastic. Getting Nigel McGuinness, bro, and Jay White versus John Moxley. And that's all I need. But yes, the card looks fantastic. I'm looking forward to how it goes. This should be a great episode of Dynamite. So, that is my thoughts and predictions for Dynamite tonight. Let me know what you four think of the card, going into it. What is your most anticipated match of the night? And how do you think Nigel McGuinness will get up to? Because that's our hometown hero right there. Come on, Nigel.